Hello everyone, I'm Grandmaster Priyadharshan Kannappan and you're watching the Gyaan YouTube channel and we are talking about checkmates in chess. So we have been talking about different checkmates that happen, on different squares of the chessboard. That's like the whole point of the series of videos that we've been doing under checkmates in chess. And in this video, we are going to be talking about checkmates that happen on G2 square. Before we go into that, I wanted the viewers to be reminded that in the H2 square video, the previous video, I had given you a homework at the end of the video, and this is that position from the previous video, and I wanted to share the solution. And here it was black to play, and black played this move G3. So the point of it being after rook takes E6 check, or in case if bishop takes b6, that is queen h2 checkmate. So g3 is a nice exploitation of the pin that's going on over here. And after rook takes e6, king d7, white played rook b6, but after queen h2, it was a checkmate. So now let's move on to the topic of g2 checkmates. So the position that we have here is obviously white to play, right? Because white's king is under check. And white's actual king is under danger also if you don't look at it, because this escape square is controlled by the black knight. So white has quite a few options to kind of block the check or move away from the check. If you want to block the check, obviously f5 is one of the ideas. But after knight takes f5, the queen is under attack. The king is still under a kind of like a here discovered checks are going to happen. So white's in really strange, tricky position, and white would most likely lose from here. And if g4, the story is pretty much same. You capture knight takes g4, the king is weak, and black will deliver a checkmate somehow very soon. So white was like, okay, I don't want to block the check. How about I just move my king away from the check? I go king h4. But this leads to a move that I'm pretty sure you all would have found by now. If you haven't, pause the video, continue to think, and once you figured out what the answer is, then you can play the video. So there are two moves here in my opinion. One of that is like, I know, like the best option, and the other one is okay. I mean, you can play it, but why do you want to do it? So the options are knight f5 is one, so you want to give a check this way, it's a forcing move. But then there's rook f5, queen f5, and obviously black will win this, no doubt about it. But why do you want to do this way? And there is another option that I just forgot to mention, which is just taking the rook on d5, and being an extra exchange up. But again, why do you want to do all this if you can play knight to g2? And it is a checkmate because this escape square is controlled, this escape square is controlled, this escape square is controlled, and this pawn is defended by this pawn. So white's king can't go anywhere, and white's king is under check. So it's game over. So let's move on to the next example that we have here. So this position is black to play. And again, we are going to be seeing the concept of pin in this, example. And if you're not sure what a pin is, do go and look at our, video list and search for pin. We have, bunch of videos made on topic of pin with clear, concise examples. So I would definitely recommend you to check that out if you're not sure what a pin is or how a pin, can be exploited to a favor and things like that. So the position that we have on board is black to play. Once again, pause the video and try to find the move. And once you're confident that you have the solution, then watch the video here. So I hope you have have an idea of solution now. So let me reveal the answer. So here, queen takes h3 is the move that black played in the game. Now, maybe black would have considered rook takes d8 here, but then white would play queen f3. It's like equal material, right? Like one rook, one queen, one queen. Black has a knight, white has a bishop, so minor pieces are equal. So instead of rook d8, and black cannot play rook e3 because there's a pin over here, right, on the king. So that's very important point to note. And here's a very powerful forcing move, as I just said. It's queen takes h3 with a check. And you kind of see this theme quite often in games because this bishop is over here attacking. So white cannot play g takes h3. And after queen h3, white has to go king g1. And I'm pretty sure this move is very easy to find. It is queen takes g2 and it's a checkmate. So let's move on to the another example that I have on the same topic. So this is a far more, like tough position to solve than the previous two positions. So I'd highly recommend you to, like pause the video and spend even 5-10 minutes if you are not sure what the solution is. Some may find it easy, but I think majority would find it like need to think some time to get the right solution, because there are some like only moves to win the game, in my opinion. So again, if you look at it, the white king is in danger, and the main reason being the pawn is on g3, and that has given black two fantastic weak squares, h3 and f3, which black is trying to take control of. And if it does, then the white king is basically like going to get checkmated, right? And we have already taken control of h3. The only thing left is to take control of f3. So we need to be thinking how to do that. And also a bit odd is this rook for white being placed on e7. Kind of like, I mean, it looks active, but it isn't. It may get trapped also, if I have to say. And in this position, let me reveal the solution. So if you haven't yet found the answer, pause the video and think, and then press the play button. So here, black played g4. So the idea is, as I said, is to exploit the weakness on the f3 square. Black can think, why don't I just directly force the weakness on f3 square by removing the knight? Because knight f3 directly was not working due to knight takes f3. And you don't have a back rank mate on d1, because rook d1, rook takes d1, rook takes d1, and then there's queen d1, and white's up by an extra knight and a rook. So rook takes d4 over here in this position. Makes sense, right? You remove this knight that was supporting f3 square. But then you see that after ed4, this queen on b3 starts to control the f3 square. So you don't have knight f3 check anymore. And if knight f3, there is queen takes f3. That's a bit unfortunate. I mean, you can try maybe something like knight g4, threatening to take on h2. But here again, I think white can play queen f3, and after queen takes h2, check go king f1. And things are not like really in black's favor, I would say here. So keeping all this in mind, black played the right move, which is g4. So now the big threat is knight f3 check. So white's best practical try would be rook e5 to remove the knight. But after rook e5, f e5, now you see the next problem for the white piece, white's king, is that rook on d6 has now access to h6 square in the upcoming moves. That means h2 pawn could very well fall very soon. So for g4, rook e6 was played by white, and white goes knight f3 check. I mean, sorry, black goes knight f3 check, and after knight takes f3, g takes f3, we see that now there's a checkmate on g2 being threatened, and also this rook is hanging because there's a queen and rook attacking the e6 rook. So rook d6 was played, and black played queen g2, and black delivered the checkmate. So we come to the final position that I have prepared for this topic, and this is white to play. And like what I did in the previous video, I would like to give you this position as homework. Spend some time. It's not that tough, I will give you that hint. I'm pretty sure you all can find it. And once you find the solution, put it on the chat box on below the video, and we can discuss if you have like different ideas of checkmating and so on. Try to find the simplest checkmate, and that's combined with the checkmate that happens on the g2 square of the chessboard. So that's basically this topic. I will be seeing you soon with a video on a different square. Until then, signing off as Grandmaster Priyadharshan. Please do subscribe to the channel, press on the bell icon so that you can get up-to-date information about all the new videos that are coming up. As you would know that we post videos basically every alternate day. So I'm pretty sure you would like to be updated on the videos that we post on a regular basis. Signing off, Grandmaster Priyadharshan. Bye bye.